Yeah, hello guys, you are highly welcome to another amazing tutorial on Nobuti Fashion channel. On this video I'll be taking you through the process of how you can stitch this wet pocket on kaftan. As you can see that it's contain a pen, and if you like you can as well put a pocket square on it. I've done this pocket on kaftan before, and a lot of people are asking me to make an illustration on how to make it, so that's why I quickly use a pieces to prepare this wet pocket so that I can quickly show you how to achieve this. If this is the first time you are checking on this channel, you are highly welcome to Nobuti Fashion channel. So please don't forget to click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I drop an amazing video like this again. And then make sure you watch the video to the end so that you don't miss any part of the training. And I'm very sure you will love the results at the end. So without any further delay, let's get started. So now the first thing to do is to find a paper, to take a paper you use for the pattern. So this is the first paper that I'm using, and then you measure it. You can make the paper to be a little bit hard so that it's very easy to trace it out on the material. So you can see this. So the first thing to do is to measure 1.7, measure 1.7 like this, and then you take a ruler, then you roll it straight. So once you roll it straight, you measure the size of the wet pocket. So anyhow you want the wideness to be. If you want, I'm using this one as 4 inches. If you want it 4.5, you can make it. If you want it 3.5, you can as well make it like that. So depend on how wide you want the wet pocket to be. So just cut it out like this, straight. That's a 1.7 by 4 inches. So that's an average wideness for this wet pocket. So then you fold it like this. So the shape we are using for this is like an eyes shape, our eyes. So that's the, if you see it, you look at it very well, you see that it looks as like a shape of eyes. So you measure 1 inches here. So you measure 1 inch, measure 1 inch here as well, and then you roll it straight. So you roll it straight. So after that, then you create the shape on this. So this is the down part now. The widest area is the down part of this. So you just create a round shape like this. Make sure you give it a round shape. So you just use a free hand to do this. And then on this upper part, you first make it straight before you now shape it round. You can see that the upper part is a little bit different from the down part. So you can see the shape. So make sure you follow the shape very well so that we'll achieve a good pattern like this that I'm having here. So you first shape it straight. So the down part will now become a very curved. So then after that, then you trim it out like this. Then you trim the upper part also. So once you do that, then let's see how the pattern is. Let's see how the pattern is. So you can see it. You can see it that just look exactly like the shape of our eyes. Like the shape of our eyes. That's the pattern of this wet pocket. So the second paper that I'm using here for this pattern, the wideness will be 4.5. So whatever you want to make the wet pocket to be, just increase it by ½ inch. So the wideness of this is 4.5, and then the length, you can make the length anyhow you want it to be, like a 4 inches or 3 inches. Anyhow, the length doesn't really matter here. And then you fold it on each other again to get the center. So once you do this, then you measure 1 inch here. You measure 1 inch here, and then you can do what? You can just shape it round like this, and then you make it like a ½ inch before the end of this upper part, like ½ inch before you get to the end, or 0.2, but ½ inch is okay. So before ½ inch before you get to the end part of this pattern. So you can just what? You curve it like this. So once you do this, then you trim it out. So those are the two patterns we are using for this wet pocket. And after you do that, then let's proceed to gumming properly. So let's apply. These are the material that I'm using now. So these are the material that I'm using. Let me show you the material that I'm using for this. So you cut 3 materials. I've already done that so that I will quickly show you how to achieve this. So the first material that I'm using here, this is the first one, and this is the second one, then this is the third one. So these are the three materials we are using that will be the beam for the main bodies. So the wideness is a 7 inches, while the length is a 10 inches, or 10.5 rather, 10.5. So the length of this is a 11 inches, while the wideness is a 7 or 6.5. So you can make it any of the two. So the wideness of this one is the length is a 6 inches, while the wideness is 6.5. So those are the three materials that I'm using. So but I'm working with a 2 for now. So you take the small one and then the long one out of this 2 that I've cut already. So now you apply ST on the 2. You apply ST on the 2 materials. So I've cut the ST as well. So you just apply it like this and then you press it. So make sure the iron is very hot and then you apply pressure. If you are using a dry iron, make sure you apply water on it so that the material, the ST, will adhere to the material strongly and very well. So once you press it like this, then you trim out all these excess we have by the side. So once you do this, you place the 2 on each other and then you take the pattern we have already cut before, the one that have a shape like this, and then you place it on the material. Make sure you just place it at the center and then you mark it round like this. Once you have this shape, just trim it, follow the shape. So follow the shape, and that is it for this. So once you do this, then the next thing we have to do now is to take the main bodies. So the main bodies now, I'm not using this one yet, just place it at one side, and then this is the main material now. So whatever the body of the material you are using, this is how you work with that. So mark the area you want to use for this wet pocket. You want the wet pocket to fall on, you just apply ST on it. So from the back, so this is the back of the material, and then you place material on it so that the ST will not be gumming on the face of the iron. So you now press it very well from the front. So this is the material, like the main bodies now. So assuming this is the main bodies, but I'm just using pieces for this illustration. So this is the down part, while this is the upper part. So the side that come sharp is the one that will be at the top, while the one that's curved very well will be at the down part. So just place it at wherever you want the pocket to fall on, and then you shape it out like this. So you fold it like this, and then you just give it a little notch. After you notch it like this, then make sure you follow this way that I'm cutting this shape out. You leave a little space like a 0.2 before the marking. So please don't cut it out on this marking. So make sure you are not cutting it out on the place where the pen shows. So just notch it straight like this all through. So your notching now can now be on the place where the marking ended. So that's how to achieve this. So you just notch it all through, and then you fold it like this, then you press it very well. Make sure you press it very well, and then you follow the shape all through. Once you do this, you can then apply a cooler so that the material will lay very well. So you turn the other side as well. This is the down part, and then you turn it also, you fold it, and then you apply a pressure on the iron. If you are using dry iron, make sure you spray water on it so that the material will be able to relax very well. So that is it. Voila. You can see the shape we have now. That is the shape for this wet pocket. So now the next thing to do now is to prepare the material we use for the inside. So here's the material that I'm using for the tiny line that show on the pocket. So you cut it in the 2 pieces. So you first cut one like this. So this is the second one that I'm cutting now. So that will be for the 2 materials, for the 2 lines that shows on the pocket. So you take the first one and then you place it like this. So this is the face now, and then you place the face to face each other like this, and then you trim it out and follow the shape. So you want to cut it straight like this, and then you shape it to follow the shape we have on the pocket. So once you do that, you take the second one and then you place it down like this again, then you cut out the shape. So whatever the material you want to use for this, make sure that it's a material that can show different, that's a little bit different from the main material you are using for the pocket, so that the line will be able to show very well. So now after you do that, then the next thing to do now is to stitch it around like this, and I'm marking it here. So once you do that, let me do that, and then you come back. So this is it now. After I've stitched the line, that is, I've stitched this shape out on the material. So you do the notching around like this. So make sure you notch it. This is very important, so that the line will come out very, very nice. So you notch the 2, and then you do the ironing. So whatever the excess you have on the material, you can just trim it out, and then you press it like this from the back. So you are pressing it on the main bodies now. So make sure that this thing, as you are pressing it, it's relaxing on the bodies, not on the material, not on the pattern material. You can see that. So that this will make the line to come out a little bit tiny. So this will give you a tiny line at the tip of this shape. So then you press it very well, so that the line will be able to show outside. You do the same thing on this one again. You press it on the main material, and not on the pattern material, so that this will be able to give you the tiny line we have at the tip. So you do what? You then iron it out like this, so forming the shape. So make sure you do what? You apply pressure on it, so that the shape will come out very, very well, and then you pull out all the necessary area. You can then not trim out the excess. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, help me click on the subscribe button. I believe you are enjoying the video, so please help me give this video a thumbs up, so that a lot of people will be able to benefit from it as well. So now you take the main bodies, that is the material we have for the main bodies. Now we place it on each other. So you take the material now, you place it on each other. The small part will be at the top, while the long one will be at the down part. So you can see that's how it is. So now you place the shape on it. You place the main bodies. So this is the main bodies now. You place it on this material that I've already laid, and you can see we are achieving the results already. That's it. So you can see that it's coming out very nice. So we are achieving the results already. So after you do this, then you do what is to just get the shape. So the one at the down part will be a little bit wider than the one at the upper part. So you just have apply office pin on the both side, so to hold it together. So after you do this, let's proceed to the sewing machine now. And this is it. So this shape we have now, you have to stitch it together, so that you'll be able to remove the office pin we used to hold it. So you just take it like this, and then you place it on the machine. Remove the office pin now, or you shift it a little bit, so that you'll be able to stitch it like this. So instead of using the office pin now, then you'll be able to remove the office pin from the material. So you want to do this, you remove the office pin, and then you do the same thing on this other side. So just remove the office pin a little bit, and then you stitch it together like this. So this to hold the 2 materials together, and then you remove the office pin. So now the next thing to do is to place the main bodies, that is the main material now, which is the body, is to place it on it. So the smallest part will be at the top, while the long part will be at the down. So now you set it again as we set it on the table. So you set it again as we set it on the table. So you make sure that the one at the down part, so the down material now will be a little bit showing, and then make sure that you set it very well. If you take a good look at this, you can see that the one I have at the down part is a little bit wider than the shape that I have at the upper part. So when I finish the stitches, I believe you'll be able to see it clearly. You'll be able to see it clearly. So just use office pen to hold it on both sides. So you can start the stitches from here, or you start from the tip, wherever you want to start from. So you just stitch it all through like this, following the shape that we have. And then there's another thing that's very important here. Make sure that you take the stitches easily. So don't rush. So don't rush. And then make sure that you are stitching the tip of this material. Make sure you are stitching the tip of this material. So at the end of this video, I'll be giving you a link on how you can have access to over 7 to 10 videos on different WELT pocket. So make sure you watch the video to the end, so that you'll be able to get a link to that video, or you can check the link in the description box below to get a comprehensive video, a lot of videos on how to achieve a different WELT pocket. So you can see the results now. So we are getting there. So the next thing to do now is to fix the down part of this material. So you can see what we have at the back now. So this is the upper part. Just trim all this excess out, and then this down part now, you can apply hemming gum here. So you can apply hemming gum here, and if you like, you can first weave it, but that is not necessary. So I've cut this hemming gum now, and then apply it on this. So I will go to the table and iron it, then I will come back here to do the final finishing. So that is it. You press it very well. So I've done the ironing. I've pressed it like this, so you can see that it's not opening again. So the other material now, there is the third material we cut before. So don't forget that I'm not cutting out from this material. I'm just cut it out so that the shape will come out very well. So the material we cut before, that is the third material. That's what we are using to do the facing on this now. So if you like, you can apply ST at the back of this material that I placed down, and if you like, you can just leave it, but I advise you apply ST on it. So this is it now. Just take it from the top, and then you open it following the shape we have here. Stitch it all through like this. Once you get here, you open it, and then you stitch it straight down, well, however you want the length to be. So, but I advise you make it a little bit long, so that it can take a pen, or you can take a pocket square as well. So you just trim it out like this. Whatever the excess you have at the end, you just trim it out like this. And then once you do this, then you do what? You weave the edge all through. You weave the edge all through. And after you do this, that is all for this. So that is all for this. So you trim it out like this, and then you weave it all through. So just proceed to the table and do the final ironing. So this is it now. As you can see the result, that it's worth it, and it's come out very, very nice. If you like, you can fix the pen on it, and if you like, you can as well insert a pocket square on it. So please, I believe you enjoy this video and then you derive value from it. So please don't forget to click on the subscribe button if you are new to this channel, and thank you for coming back to all my returnees. So thank you, and stay blessed. Bye for now.